Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Words I Choose to Live By. I'm Cyrus Webb, joined by my co host, Tina Siemens. Hope you guys are well joining us on the simulcast on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X. Going to bring in our friends over on IG so they can be part of our conversation. And last but certainly not least, going to connect with our friends over on Amazon Live. Tina and I are celebrating week number 11 with you guys today. It's a powerful message. She and I were just talking about that. I think it's so timely for all of us today. Really shows us the power we all have in the world. We're now live on the Amazon Live side with Words I Choose to Live By. Going to type you guys in a welcome message over there. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, make sure you guys do hit that follow button, either here in this corner or down below. You also will see the books by myself, including Words I Choose to Live By, but also Tina Siemens' books as well, including her brand new book, Post Oak 2. You guys can be able to toggle on those as we're going throughout our show, and we'll be reminding you about those at the end. Tina, how you doing?
I am wonderful. Thank you. Another great day to be inspired.
Well, I totally agree with that. And I do want to let our audience know we will not be with you guys next week. You guys will be seeing a replay clip next week as I have some son duties to take care of with my mom's doctor's appointment that happens to fall right in the time we would be doing our show. So we won't be with you guys next week, but I'll remind you of that at the end of our broadcast. Tina, both of us are just talking about how busy we both have been. But one thing I want to say to you before we go begin with today's message is how quickly things are moving. It's
Whew. Yes.
it is hard to believe we're about to be halfway through the month of March already, but this month is recognizing, especially in particular, Women's History Month, Women Empowerment Month. Tina, history is right up your alley. What has it been like for you through the museum and your platform to be able to reinforce that message of history?
Well, it just gives me so many opportunities. There's so many anniversary dates coming up all the time. And for me to be able to then sit down and reflect on that particular, this weekend was the 104th anniversary. Last week was the 190th of the state of Texas. And so
Mhm.
I love having these type of anniversary reminders because that gives us a chance to stop and look back. What was that like? What has happened since? And so I absolutely love being able to look back in history and just glean from
Yeah.
those things that have happened in the past.
Yeah. I feel the same way, Tina. I love it as well. And I especially because I genuinely love learning. And
Yeah.
so anytime I can be able to discover something new, it's always exciting for me. And I saw your post actually over there on Facebook about you. And so I think that is such a great thing. So thank you so much for using your platform that way. As I mentioned, we're in week number 11, and this message is one that I want our audience to really think about because so many times we try to put off on others what they should be doing, and this person should be doing this, or that this person should be taking that action. But this
Yeah.
message hopefully will remind us all that we all have a part to play. So if you have your book, it's on page 31 of Word That Choose to Live By, and it's Make Your Actions Count. Today you have the unique opportunity to build up or tear down, encourage or destroy. With every thought, word, or action, you can literally change the way someone feels about themselves and others. Choose to use that power wisely. And again, this is something that all of us need to be careful about. And I typically talk about negative self-talk because that's what I've dealt with most of my life. But this message really is to encourage us to watch the words we're speaking of other people as well. Especially because of social media, we sometimes write things that we don't really think out, or we may respond to things in a way that is not kind. And I really hope people take away from this message that your words have power and that you can encourage someone, which is great. But you could also be that thing that really reinforces negative doubts and feelings in people too. And that's not so great. Tina, how important has it been for you in your life? And I'm going to highlight your book, Post Up, while you're talking, but how important has it been for you in your life to make sure that not only are your actions counting, but your words count too?
Well, I love the quote that says, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but they
Mhm.
will never forget how you made them feel. And
Yeah.
that is such a powerful reminder of what our words are capable of. We,
Mm,
like you said, we can either tear down or build up. And if somebody gives a compliment, which is hard for me to take sometimes
mm,
because we're not used to being complimented, but then for me to compliment somebody else is much easier. But it has to go both ways. You have to be able
mm,
to receive and also to give. And so for us in my world, I know that it is so beautiful to receive a phone call or even just a smile. It doesn't have to be anything that you purchase or put a lot of thought in. It can be a simple act of kindness that just goes such a long way to make my
mm,
day or for me to make somebody else's day. So it's a
yeah,
very important thing for me to know that my words do count and my actions
mm.
along with it play a huge role in how I make others feel.
Yeah, such a great reminder. The Crazy Cart Girl, hello to you over there on IG. Good to be able to see you, and that's why I think I start this message off, Tina, by saying we have a unique opportunity because I think a lot of times we don't realize what a blessing it is for one just to even be able to speak, you know,
Mm,
or to be able to type. There are so many people
yeah,
that can't do those things. And the
yeah,
fact that we can do them should make us,
mm,
I believe, even more mindful of how we use that particular gift.
yeah,
Because,
yeah.
we live in a world where we take for granted speech, but there's
Hmm.
some people who can't speak, right?
Exactly.
We take advantage that what we can use our fingers to type, but there are
Yeah,
people who can't do that.
yeah.
And I think the very fact that we have the opportunity to use these things should
Hmm.
make us more mindful. I also mentioned here, Tina, about that we can literally change the way someone feels about themselves and others by the things that we say and do. How has that reminder helped you in your life, Tina, and not only the things that you do, but also what you share with other people?
Well, for instance, when somebody walks through the front door at the museum,
Mhm.
it's in my power for them to either get something for their time. They made the effort to drive to the location, which is a little out of town, which so location is not as convenient. So I know if a person has made the drive to come to the West Texas Living Heritage, they have made a conscious decision that this is where I want to go now. And so my words of welcoming them in, it has makes all the difference on whether they will be able to leave with this was worth my time or not. And so for me to welcome them in and then to give them either a guided tour or be able to answer a question that they might have, that's what they're going to remember from the museum. And so our words have such power in other people's lives on what will they glean from when they are in my presence. So it's
Yeah.
so important for me to put my best foot forward at all times.
Such a great point. Hello to you. So, what's your process? I don't know if that's Kyle or Allie. Good to be able to see you guys over there on IG. Also, Prairie Dodger, Cindy, good to be able to see you as well. For those of you who are just coming in, welcome. You're watching Words I Choose to Live By here on Amazon Live, but we're simulcasting on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and on Instagram. My co host, Tina Siemens, and I are discussing week number 11 from my book, because it's week number 11 of 2026, and that is Make Your Actions Count. And we're just talking about the power of our words and our actions and the impact we can have both positively and negatively on others. So I wrap this message up by saying choose to use that power wisely. And for me, what I would say to our audience, Tina, is to just think before you speak. It seems so
Mhm.
easy. but and also think before you type too. I think
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
these days you have to say that too. But I think because again, you don't know what other people are going through. You
Right.
don't know the impact your words can have on someone else. And so just
Mhm.
being mindful of that, I think will help us to not only make good decisions when it comes to how we respond to things, but also it will
Mhm.
help other people to think about doing the same thing. Tina, what would you say to our
Mhm.
audience about the importance of choosing how they use their power?
Well, on Tuesday, you have the beautiful words of looking for a reason to be joyful today. that is the choice that each one of us can make, is to be joyful. Are
Yeah.
all the circumstances always in our best favor or in our best interest? Probably not, because we're humans. And so to make a choice to be joyful in the moments that I can, that is so powerful. And each person has that power to do that, is to choose whether to look at your cup half empty or half full. And so self-talk is a big portion of how I will also react. My mom would always say in German, what the heart is full of, the mouth overflows with that. And that is such a powerful saying, is
Yeah.
what we think of ourselves, or what we uh, contemplate in our heart, is what we're going to speak about. And so choosing to have joy is such a powerful obligation and opportunity as well. And when I was preparing for this morning's lesson, there's 27 verses in the Bible alone that talk about the power of our tongue, whether we can tear down, or it's such a small part of our body, but then it is such a powerful, it can turn a whole forest into a fire. And so we have that power within us. So to choose joy on it for today is our privilege to do so.
Yeah. And I think too, I cannot stress it enough, Tina, just the importance of us, just taking the time to pause,
Yes.
and I think, it doesn't mean that you're not, and I'm not in any way trying to say that things won't come up that may want to make you respond a certain way, but just thinking about the impact of that. Cindy says over on IG, I specifically searched you out this morning to say how grateful for your post and insight on consistency. It was very powerful. Thank you, sir. Oh, thank you for that, Cindy. I appreciate that. If you guys are not following Prairie Dodgers over on IG, make sure you guys do connect with her. I met her thanks to a mutual friend, Evan Carmichael, from Canada. So thank you so much. I appreciate that, for sure, Cindy, and I appreciate all the great things that you're doing. So again, for you all, choose your words carefully, choose your words wisely, and realize the power you have, as Tina mentioned, in your tongue, because it can be just what someone needs today. But if we're not careful, we could also have that opposite effect as well. Again, it's week number 11. The message is make your actions count. Again, it's from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. Of course, you can get it here on Amazon, either the print edition. It's on sale right now for National Reading Month for only $7.99, or you can get the Kindle edition for only $3.99 during National Reading Month. Tina, I appreciate you today. How can our audience stay connected with you?
Thank you again for a great message. And I'd love to hear from you. You can connect with me on social media platforms, or go to my website, heritagebytina.com.
All right. So make sure you guys are staying connected with Tina. And Tina has something very special coming up this summer, everyone. So make sure you guys are connecting with her now. Tina, I really appreciate you. As I mentioned, we will not be with you guys live next week, as I have son duties to take care of. But there will be a recap message that we'll be sharing on social media for next week. So make sure you guys look out for that. I also want to let you guys know that our season will be coming to an end at the end of this month. So we'll remind you of that as well. So a lot of things that are happening. And again, as I mentioned, Tina has something special. She's launching as well. Her solo podcast, Heritage by Tina, is premiering going into the summer as well. So we have that to look forward to. But Tina, I appreciate you and looking forward to our next time together.
Thank you. You as well.
And we thank you, our audience, for tuning in to another great segment of Words I Choose to Live By. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.